So I just introed it. We're starting off with the off season, bro. Let's see. Okay, so J. Cole hasn't come out for a minute, right? It's been like about 2 years, and this was like a very crucial time, but maybe a very really bad year for everyone in 2020 with the pandemic and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I was very interested to see what he was going to talk about because he's kind of been talking about a lot of these similar themes before everything kind of went to chaos. What are you thinking
Mm-hmm.
about that?
No, yeah, definitely. I think the project he dropped before this one when he was I forget the name of that record that was going
KOD.
yeah, KOD. That was the name of the album, right?
Yep. He also had a title track on there as well called that.
And was that the one where it was like he had the crazy video for it? I'm low key forgetting how that song went.
Count it up. Count it up. The ATM one,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that one
Yeah.
was crazy. So basically on that album, he was really just like talking about the state of hip hop and just like all that
He was
stuff.
talking about if you put drugs in your body, like you're making yourself worse. And he's just talking about the people that were in his life that were stuck because due to addiction and stuff like that. He even talked about his mom, and that was like that really hit hard for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's called like Once I'm an Addict, but we're not
Yeah,
really reviewing that. Let's
but
talk
no,
about.
but it's a good segue into this album because he actually talks about it um on a song and he just like talks about how he grew up around people that had addiction and were not good with money and how it's in his bloodline. So he definitely talked on that again in this project.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of modern people miss it. Like, let's say the baby boomer generation or whatever, like adults past like 35 or something. They
Hmm.
think the rapping is just really just the N word, right? You're just saying a bunch of curse words and you're being super vulgar. But J. Cole is really trying to get his people out of the stigma. He's trying to lift everyone up, and a lot of people don't understand that through the explicit lyrics. But I think how we should start right now is we should just start with track one and make our way to track 12. So start with
Do you have
95 South.
hmm
What'd
Yeah,
you think about it?
I thought it was so dope how he had Cameron intro that song. That was definitely out of left field. I definitely didn't see that coming.
Okay, that's Cam. See, like I didn't know that was. He said Killer Cam. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
yeah,
listen to
that.
music like that.
Oh yeah, nah, Killer Cam, straight out of Harlem, got the legendary voice.
Oh yeah, because it kind of reminded me of when Kendrick had Kung Fu Kenny. He had that guy.
Yeah,
Some type of
that was Kid Capri, DJ Kid Capri out of New
yeah.
York as
He was
well.
talking over. 21 Savage had Morgan Freeman talk over his album, so it's kind of cool just seeing the crossovers of other people really like showing their props to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like giving their gems to it.
Yeah, so like the whole concept of it's called I-95 South, right? Or 95 South.
95, yeah.
Yeah, which is a main road that goes all up and down from Florida all the way up to like wherever, Maine, wherever it stops, but it goes through the whole East Coast. So
Uh-huh.
it's big for people from the South because it really is the main highway that take them all the way up north.
Okay. So that's when he's saying like throw your hood up and everything. Like everything should be up. Be on the way up. I
Yo,
like
one of my favorite
I
lines
like
is
that.
if you scared to rep your shit, get the fuck out the club. If you
Dude,
scared to
that
throw
whole
it
the
up.
whole message, bro, is just like when that beat switches and he goes, "Bitch, my pen to paper's lethal. I'm sending them straight." That's my favorite of
Yeah.
that how it brings it up is like how the horns and come into that song and like the whole intro is just like it gets you so hyped for this project and I just love that
Nah,
about J. Cole.
nah, I think you said it best though. It definitely hyped up the intro and hyped up the whole album. Like when you heard that one, then you were just like, oh no, okay. But yeah, 95 South is like I see where he's going with it because he's from North Carolina and he
Mm-hmm.
had to travel back and forth from there to St. John's, which is in Queens. So that was his main route, back and forth. And he even talks about how he had to get back to school on time
I
and
remember
all that
that, yeah.
stuff.
Trying to make it backward from my class start. That's on the next track that I wanted to talk to you about, which is low key the fan favorite right now. He did also make the video for it, and that's
Right,
gonna be Amari.
right. I think that song is definitely crazy. Talking about Yahweh.
Oh, dude, that was crazy. We said it a Yahweh. I like him singing with auto tune too. I want to say that.
Yeah, I definitely like that record. It's not my favorite, but I definitely like that record.
Yeah, and I saw a little bit of the video, but dude, oh my god, they're in like a helicopter and they're over the city. You gotta check it out. It's
Right.
sick.
I did see it. I only saw it one time. He linked up. So I think he's sponsored by Puma, or he has a deal with Puma.
Yeah.
And there's this other clothing line that's out of New York called Kid Super, who does a lot of like one-off things where he does like one and dones, and he gets
Mm.
into these big people. So they're wearing the Kid Super collaboration in the video as well.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, it's dope.
So, I mean, Amari banger. He flows effortlessly on this, and this is the thing I want to mention to everyone. This is the big three, right? Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake. They're the big three because they are dropping free, like every single time consistently a high quality level of music that no one else can even really compete with when it comes to the album format, you know?
Well, the thing about Kendrick and J. Cole is that separates them from Drake is they're really more rap oriented. Yeah, they do like crossover records and all
They're
that
more
stuff.
conscious rap, yeah.
Yeah, like Drake is more of an artist who would like, he does a whole bunch of stuff. He's not like a political
He
guy.
can come back in that bag. It's not as popular for him. Like he has done
Yeah,
that on Diplomatic Immunity, on Scary Hours, but like those aren't. He knows too. Like God's plan is going to do way better than Diplomatic Immunity. You just know, you know.
yeah, nah, exactly. So that's the
So
thing that separates J. Cole and Kendrick from Drake. It's like their message hits way harder. I mean, they're also from America, so it also just separates. They like
yeah, Drake seems like more of like this bigger than life character that you can never
right.
really see in the world. Whereas Kendrick and J. Cole were just like people growing up from like a. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're not saying Drake probably had a harsh, get up or whatever. But it's like you connect with their message more, and you see it more in their music, their struggle, their
Nah, yeah, exactly.
evolution.
Like don't get it twisted. Like obviously Drake, he came from the bottom. Now he's here. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
He started from
yeah.
the bottom. So, but the thing about J. Cole and that separates him from even Kendrick is like, he was a college grad. Like he
True.
he was known as like I'm pretty sure his first rap name was like The Wiz, something along that line. Because when he was growing up, he was known in his area, and he as a young kid linked up with the best rappers in his area, learned how to make beats, learned how to use the MPC.
Yeah.
So his whole thing is like he's just super super talented, and obviously he's smart. Like he made his way from a place that no one's ever heard of. I think he's from Fayetteville, North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. But a,
One of the
a,
Carolinas.
no, he's from North Carolina, but it's his place out
North.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like his he's so smart that he knew he had to come up to New York. He knew it.
Nah, yeah. That's smart, and it's definitely, it's just like the same thing I'm trying to tell you about me. Like I'm trying to put myself in uncomfortable situations so you learn from it and you come out a better person, right? So
Right.
let's get back on track here with literally track 3. That's gonna be My Life featuring 21 Savage and Moray. What words you got about this?
So the hook is actually not an original hook. It's actually from a song by Styles P and
Really? Because that's my
Pharoah
favorite
Monch.
part of the song.
Yeah, so that hook is actually from the Styles P Pharoah Monch song. It's called My Life, and it's actually the same exact hook. So I'm sure he had to get clearance for that. But the guy, whoever the third party is singing that hook. That's not an original, but he definitely did it justice on my end. He definitely
I loved it.
reinvented that song,
Yeah.
and definitely, honestly, that's my top three.
It
Like
might have to be in mine too. It might be I think it's in my top 5. It's up. It's definitely up.
yo, that song is stupid hard. Like honestly, I'm not even the biggest 21 Savage fan, but like even 21 Savage, like I let the K go and Johnny died, swinging
Yeah.
that motherfucker side to side. Like if you know 21 Savage and his actual story, yo, he's not someone that was ever fraudulent. Like
No,
the
and that's
whole,
what I'm saying. It got
even with the
misconstrued
whole,
with that
yeah,
London stuff. Yeah.
yeah, Yeah,
You
exactly.
really don't play with this man. Like,
Nah, yeah, like even in his old Vlad interviews, he'll see he's like, yo, if you
bro,
don't know
he's
me,
having the
you're not
Jason
from
mask on, making
Atlanta.
slaughter tapes. Like,
Yeah, like so. I thought 21 Savage killed it. I forget how. I don't remember every J Cole bar in that song. Is that the one
me
where he says
neither.
John? Does he say John Morant? I'm on my Grizzly in that one.
Drummer ran over my grizzly.
I
I'm
I
not
think he
sure.
I think he does say that line in that song, and me just being
Yes,
a
yes,
big
you're right. You're right.
basket
You're right. You're right. You're
me
right.
yeah me being a big basketball fan, I thought that was hard. Like that line was just that shit just hit hard. Um,
And the thing I love about it too is like J. Cole has such a layered rhyme scheme because you have to literally every time you listen to it, and this is what makes a good album from a great album. This is what separates it. Is every time you listen to it, it just you find something new and you relate to something new. So like I remember, for example, like just a couple bars I could say. He's like, "Put an M right on your head, you Luigi brother." Now, like that goes
yeah,
crazy. That's
yeah,
funny. And he says, "You know what's on site? I'm working at Squarespace because you know what
yeah,
Squarespace does. They make
yeah.
websites.
Of
It's
course,
just
yeah.
lit. It's just lit." But
Nah,
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
I
For
thought that song was really good. I ain't gonna lie. I
I
like how
do
he
I do
flipped the
like it a
hook.
lot. My original problem is what I was comparing it to their last record, which was Grammy nominated and won, I think, a lot. 21 Savage and J. Cole.
Hmm.
And that's when 6ix9ine was popping, and J. Cole had that whole bar about how he was gonna go to jail and really live that shit, you know? So
Right.
that's when I just need to not compare it because this record is great. I really do like this record. It grew on me a lot. I love the chorus. I love how soulful it is, and I just need to not compare it to a lot because this record is bringing a lot of cool stuff to the
I
table.
was not a big fan of a lot, to be honest with you.
No,
I just thought it was too
probably
repetitive.
because
Like
you're not a 21. Yeah, because you're not a 21 fan, so you can't stick around for
I'm
the
not a
chorus type
I'm not
stuff. But
I'm not an anti 21, but I just like I like the reason I like this 21 verse is because you got a glimpse into his childhood. Like just like
mhm.
he's been through a lot of pain, and you could just tell that about him. Like you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. Track 4,
But
applying
just
pressure.
to go back to that My Life real quick. Shout out Styles P and
Yeah,
Pharrell Monch because they are the originators of that hook.
yeah, that honestly is what makes me love the record so much. So definitely shout out to Styles P and Pharaoh because yeah, that hook is like one of my favorites. That's what keeps me clicking on that song.
Facts. All right, so now we're talking applying pressure.
Yeah, this one is hard for me to really remember off top like that because it sounds similar to punching the clock type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'm
in
not.
this verse, he has this bar. It says, "If you broke and clowning a millionaire, the joke is
The
on you."
joke is on you. Yep.
And I just thought that was just so hard. Like just when I first heard it, like that was the one that stood out to me because it's like, even us reviewing this project and this, that, and the third, and obviously we're not coming no sideways type of way, but just people
No.
nowadays on the internet just they're talking so crazy about these people that got so much more bread than them, so much more going on in life than them. It's like,
Exactly.
yo,
They're in a whole different category. It's like and even with like some of these women, it's like you want to compare yourself to Sweetie or Cardi B, but you're not Sweetie, you're not Cardi B. You just listen, sometimes you can't get a Birkin bag from everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like not everyone that makes like crazy bread. It's just not like that. It's
right. And the
yo,
thing is, and like a lot of times nowadays, I know these people are like scared to say anything like that because the internet will rip their heads off because and they're just trolling. That trolling shit is corny, and they definitely need to call it out more because this
yeah,
shit,
100%. The
you
the
can't let these
trolling is
trolls
hard
live.
to yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes too over the internet, which is a problem. It's hard to tell if they're trolling or not through text.
Right.
Sometimes someone could be saying something and you read it some way where like you read it like wanting to be hurt, not wanting to be hurt, but you know what I'm saying? Like it becomes hurtful because you just read it like that. So like it's like an on and off for me. But do you have anything else to say about these two records? Because I mean, he's barring you the fuck down on 4 and 5. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Yeah.
barring you
Nah.
down.
Yeah. I definitely like that applying pressure.
I love the
Just
whole
even the way he
message too.
starts. started
Sorry.
my sister crime festas like just like
Oh yeah, and it's an
you
eerie
know one
beat.
thing
Yeah,
the one thing I noticed about this album is that you could tell that he actually listened to the beat and just really just zoned out and really caught the exact flow, and even in a sense
yeah.
was probably freestyling a lot of this because all the like just
Sonically, yeah.
yeah,
I
like
get
it
what you're saying.
sonically just sounded so flawless. Like, yeah, there was hard bars and metaphors throughout the whole thing, but it was really just like the flow of every song was like catered to the beat, and
Exactly.
he didn't force nothing. You could tell he was not forcing shit.
I know, and when we really talk about catering to the beat, we're gonna come right back to 100 mil track 6. But two songs that cater to the beat like so well is gonna be "The Pride Is the Devil" and "The Interlude" for me. Like the way he just like effortlessly just flows on those beats there, it seems like you wouldn't have it any other way. Type like with these some of these artists, they don't make a bad tune. But let's before we get into "The Pride Is the Devil," which is my favorite track.
Whoa, that's
Um,
my favorite track too, bro.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah. So we'll talk about that a good amount.
But
This is a lot of people's not favorite tracks, which is kind of took me by
well,
surprise because I like
which
this
one?
one.
Punching the
100
clock?
mil.
Well, let's
100
talk
mil.
about punching the clock real one time
Oh
because
yeah, we skipped that. My fault.
he
So track
said,
5.
so he says on punching the clock, back on top, punching the clock, clutch insanity. I got more cribs than Habitat for Humanity.
Melody.
Like that's the first, like, I just like, I was like, first off, I ain't never heard that bar, like people like reference that and use that in a bar. So I thought that was hard. But one thing I think that he did well was like, he started off with a hard bar, but then just kept that flow and he didn't really like bar you to death. He hit you with like
Yeah,
one bar and then he just like he kept it pushing kind of, you know what I mean?
yeah. Now and he really said a whole. He said his whole this whole thing is just one story, just like Close too. It's just like a lot of good stories. Like
And yo,
this is
the
when
beginning of that
he
record,
thought it
the
was a
beginning,
toy, you know.
right?
He said he thought it was a toy. It was a Glock. Like
Oh,
that
that whole
is
part. So I'm
yeah. That's the
yo.
whole story.
So let me bring it back. So Damian Lillard starts that song, which is
He's
another
on the outro
basketball
too.
player.
I just saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, yo, I related to that part so much because as a kid, I had a similar situation where like I did something not I didn't do it to that level, but like something that haunted me,
Hmm.
and I thought the cops were going to be coming every day. Like I always thought the cops were coming because of what me and my
Yeah.
brothers did,
You
and
get
I
that
was a
paranoia.
young kid. Yeah, just that paranoia. So good shout out about that gun shit because that's real. Like we just we
Bro,
just
it
don't know
talks
when we're a
about
kid.
it really talks about how like people growing up in his hood and people just growing up in that environment. It's like forcing you to grow up in a way. Like he thought it was a toy. You know what I'm saying? And then once that thing really did shoot, and you see the power of that, like it sent him to his fucking house. You know what I'm saying? He was shook. So it just
Yeah, he was
talks about like
paranoid.
yeah, it just talks about like the real shit about
But
being like growing
yeah,
up and everything.
and Damian Lillard on the outro really just talking his shit, saying like how like you don't see the work that goes in during the summer to see the out like the hard work that goes in on behind the scenes.
Yeah, he
You know
says
what I
in the
mean?
summer, I think when you truly prepare yourself and with training and conditioning and things like that, when you cheat yourself, you fail in those moments.
Exactly. Like that
You
was
know,
real.
it always comes to light. Yeah,
All
but
right.
yeah, and it makes me want to listen to those tracks right now too because yeah, those are just really good storytelling songs. Like they really make such a good like high level quality music. I can't stress it enough. But
No, yeah, definitely, definitely.
you wanna move to 100 mil now with all those hi hats.
I gotta refresh my brain on about that one. What's that one? I
100 million
forgot
are
it.
still on the grind.
Oh
100
yeah,
million.
yeah, yeah. His flow
Yeah,
on that hook was crazy.
and I love about like because like regardless of like how much money I have, I can always relate to a hustle of trying to get more, right? Of trying to get on top. So like I always relate to a message like that where it's just like you believe in yourself and you're you got a lot to show for, right?
One thing that
But you
I feel
still
like
want to
he's
work.
capping on in that record though is that Michael B. Jordan line.
No, I like that line. I like that
But
line. So let's break it down for the
as
viewers.
yeah, he says, "Don't care if it's Michael B. Jordan. that's calling my woman to fuck, she ain't never gonna pick up.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what he's trying to say, but she might pick up the phone. Like
She's
she might
gonna say what's
answer the.
up.
Yeah, she ain't gonna fuck, but she gonna pick up the phone.
That's funny.
That's the only thing that stood out. I was like, all right, I feel where you're coming from, but like,
Yeah.
but I like the message of the song. Can't leave the game yet. I feel like LeBron.
Hmm.
I feel what he's saying. Like, I feel like J. Cole in this whole album is like stuck between a rock and a hard place because even in his life, you see that like he grew his dreads out. He's definitely more spiritual. Talks about his people trying to tell him to read the Quran, but
Yeah. It's he
he
didn't have to.
can't
Yeah.
he can't leave the game though because it's like he feels like LeBron. Like once you leave the game, it's over. Like
No, I feel you, and that's the thing too. Is like he really wasn't chasing the fame. He's chasing more of like a abolitionist type. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's
Like a,
not fame that he's trying to be the greatest.
he's trying to change the world. Type. Yeah, it's like way bigger than even that stuff, and that's what keeps you around. You know what I'm saying? When you're not like a little pump, just trying to get clicks and stuff like that, saying a random cryptocurrency is going to go to the moon. You actually
Right.
make good music and good albums. But let's get to the favorite, bro.
Yeah, the best song on the album. Like,
Think you got a hold on me.
yo, the cadence of the chorus is
Uh,
just stupid
and the
fire.
transition, bro. I can't. I love reacting to just other people reacting to when Lil Baby hops on. People freak out, like because when you first heard it and you didn't see the features and everything, and you just
Yeah,
hear him come on, you're like, what? Like that shit went crazy, bro.
nah, yeah, Little Baby definitely snapped. I'm not gonna say he did anything that was not Little Baby esque. It was
Already laid out.
yeah,
Yeah,
like it definitely sounded like Little Baby. It didn't like he was sound like he was trying to go crazy, crazy, but I think he
J,
definitely snapped. Like that was a perfect
J
beat
Cole
for
low
him.
key set it up for him because J Cole like he brought his flow to be real fast. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
he could
right,
hop
right.
on it like
Because
that.
it's on that bridge, she starts speeding it up,
Yeah, I
and
love
then
that part.
yeah, nah. When Little Baby comes in, Little Baby was talking this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was
Normal
talking
Lil
about how
Baby
he's
shit. And of course he's got a project coming out with Dirk and like soon as hell too.
yeah, that's probably gonna be dope. But he's like talks about he's addicted to promethazine. He also talks about his record, The Bigger Picture. And he's
Yeah.
like, I can't forget the bigger picture. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So he's definitely he didn't just
He
like
owns
little
5 homes. That
right.
was crazy. He was just, and it's just like, it's different. It's not like really. It's not really. If you listen properly, it really is not just fuck bitches and get money. It really isn't. It's a lot more about like dealing with your own addictions, but it's brought up upon you through your 1 to 20 years of age type shit. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of the maturing process, and it's just like it talks about like how to deal with your own struggles and just kind of, the biggest thing for me is like they're all really self-aware, you know.
Yeah, nah, that definitely feels like Lil Baby is actually aware. He's not just like a brainless mumble rapper, which I never
Yeah,
thought he was, anyways.
at
But
first I thought he did, you know what I'm saying, but the thing is if you're not self-aware you're delusional. So definitely I like hearing from people that are self-aware because it makes me self-aware.
one thing my homie in the park said yesterday when I was talking about this album, he was like, "This album is strictly for like it's strictly for the dudes. Like, there's no like women are not bumping this
That's a
album."
good point. That's a good point.
When he said that, I was like, I definitely felt him on that. But at the same time, it's like this ain't meant for the ladies. This is meant for the dudes that are on the grind. This is meant for the dudes that you know what I'm saying fight between doing what's right
Exactly.
and doing what's ignorant. And you know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
if your girl wants to listen, she can go listen to 2014 Forest Hills Drive and chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, right. And that's what I was telling him. I was like, this one ain't meant for them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He was never that type of person, but he has a big women fan base. But this album was not. This is for the people that are, you know,
hustling.
hungry,
Yeah,
hungry and hustling, but also that don't want to do the wrong thing to get where they want to go.
exactly. Want to keep it legal. I feel you. And
Yeah. One thing I think he could have done on Pride is the Devil though is he could have explained more at the end, like on the outro, where it's like because he's saying, and I think it's got a hold on me, but like he's not really saying like Why?
It's definitely more generalized because he knew this one was gonna be the smash hit probably, right?
Right, right.
So
I hear where you're coming from. I
so
hear
he
where you're
probably
coming
did
from.
dumb it down a little bit and just focused on the cadence and the catchiness of the project of the track, and it killed it.
Yeah, no, he killed it. Favorite song on the album.
And this one might overtake it, bro. This one might start to overtake it because I'm a sucker for beats that have a vocal sample in the background. Let Go My Hand with Boz and Black, yo.
Yeah,
This one is crazy. Like the way he talks about like growing up and how his son said like, "Dad, let go my hand." Like
yeah,
you got to realize you got to make sure everyone's equipped for the world. But then he reminisces on his stuff and what got him out of the loop. This is also where he talks about the Quran there, and he
yeah,
recognizes the
yeah,
wisdom in it. But he ain't got no discipline for sticking with it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah. Exactly. So like that's what this song really sums up the whole concept of this album is he knows what's right and what he wants to do, but he just ain't there yet. And I relate to
yeah,
him because we all are very spiritual, the people that are around me. But
mm-hmm.
are you gonna give up the material world, the fun stuff you love doing, the things you were doing since a kid, to actually live a righteous spiritual life? And I'm sure that's what he's trying to get to in his life. And
Yeah, and yeah, he
yeah, no,
literally says
it's crazy. And
ignorance
then
is
this record,
bliss.
yeah, and then he says ignorance is bliss, and then he talks about how you're innocent until you see the shit that actually
It
happens.
says ignorance is bliss and innocence is just ignorance before it's introduced to currency and clips or bad licks
Yeah,
that have a blank serving 3 to 6.
but it's like that's true, but at the same time, innocence can be um it can be saved as long as you don't put yourself in these situations. But growing up as a man, black or white, trying to make it in this world, and especially coming from different neighborhoods, it's not that simple to stay
Nah,
pure and stay
I feel
innocent
you.
because the innocent get preyed upon. But this song
Nah,
is
yeah,
crazy
you
too
get taken advantage of.
because he says my last scrap was with Puff Daddy. Who would have thought it? So that
And
was
then
crazy.
Diddy outros the thing which I just saw.
Oh wow, I didn't even
He's the one that
peep
says, "Lord, please
that.
guide our steps, watch over us,
Oh
cover us."
wow, that's crazy. That's a
Dude,
real way
and
to make amends.
that's what I'm saying. And shout out the Genius page because this is showing me a lot of cool stuff that I really haven't seen. But um, yeah, that's definitely like one of my top. That's my top two. I think Pride is the Devil and Let Go My Hand, and then Amari is my third. But well, what do you know your top three right now, or should we wait on it?
I'll say that then.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I said it. Just gave him the goods right there. But I want to talk about something that he did good with track 9 and 10 because these were both singles before the album was dropped, and not many people do this, but he executed this to such a fucking perfect way. Because you know how when they release a song and like the singles on the album, you never really listen to it. Like you don't want to listen to it. Kind of like when Drake did the Tootsie Slide on Dark Demo or something like that,
Was
right?
that his interlude?
That was the Climb Back too. The Climb Back was on a 2-pack that J. Cole released with like a song called Lions on Ice that actually didn't make the album, which is good because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really a big fan of that one. But like these sound great when you listen to them, interlude and the Climb Back. Like I do not skip these. It's something I noticed. Like these sound great when you listen to them in the album, and it fits so well into the project. Even though you think it would like get overdone from hearing it so much before the project's out. But what do you think?
No, yeah, I thought the interlude was dope. I normally don't like interludes because I feel like they're just more for the artist and just kind of boring. But
Yeah,
his shits went, and they definitely flowed. The thing about this project is you could play it from front to back, and it just flows nice. Like
yeah,
it's not like you could skip songs, and like sometimes I skip songs because I want to get to the product of the devil sometimes.
yeah.
But but when I started off, like I usually play this. I've been playing this in the morning, and it
Hmm.
definitely like it gives you like a little chip on your shoulder. This album, like that's the one thing I like because I've always been that type of person personally, like to always have kind of like keep a chip on my shoulder because And in that one record, he
What do
talks
you mean
about
by that? Like self-reflect?
no, not self reflect, more like a chip on your shoulder. Like I'm trying to bring up the record where he talks. I think which record is it? Is it Applying Pressure? Where he talks, he's like, sometimes you got to show people that you're capable of
Yeah.
doing it.
Yep. I love that part. I love
So
the ending of that.
it's like when you have a chip on your shoulder, the whole like having a chip on your shoulder means like you're trying to prove your point,
Hmm.
and it's just like I feel him like he has a chip on his shoulder this whole album, like, and just like on Applied Pressure when he's saying like, yo, sometimes you got to show people that you do it to the level
That you
that you
really
do it,
do it. Yeah.
because so just to remind people that you do it, and you know what I'm saying, and it's like no, like you don't want to take it there, but sometimes you have to take it there
Yeah,
to put
yeah,
people in their
and
place.
that's because you'll get preyed upon with the innocence, and you'll get walked
Exactly.
over. It's yeah,
Exactly.
it's just like it's perfect when you talk about the duality, like surviving and being a provider when you're a man. You know, this is just it's a man's world. This is what happens when you're a man. But I
Yeah,
want to get into this.
this is a man's album.
Yeah, and we should talk more about like this is a man's world, and like we'll talk about that in a different stereo. But which is really dope about stereo for the people that are watching this on YouTube right now is that we can have people live call in and chat about what we're talking about. So right here we have the campaign beats. He just sent us a message, so let's listen to that real quick. Thanks.
Let's do it.
J. Cole's LA Lakers freestyle was fire. Also, do you guys mind if I spit some bars for you, rap for you right now?
Yo, his freestyle was gas too. I didn't even mention that. Once we're done with this, we got a couple more tracks to go, and then you could spit some bars, bro. If we're gonna be doing this for like I'd say a good like more like 5-7 minutes, and then if you want, you pull up. I'll add you right after this, man.
Yes, sir.
But
I did hear the LA Lakers freestyle as well. I thought it was dope.
oh yeah, he went crazy, yo. He went so crazy on that, and I like those beats. But let's get back into it. So the interlude, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like J. Cole's kind of getting he's trying to experiment too with like different sounds and stuff, and I like how he's doing it. I like how he's not killing the auto tune and trying to really sing. You know, because he knows what his lane is, and he knows what's really rooted within him. You know.
Right. Nah, yeah. He did it. Yo, he did it right. And he did this. One thing though I did notice that I could have done like I could have liked a little more from him is him to speak more about like the government and what's going on. And
You know
you know what I'm
what,
saying?
Lynx? That's interesting because I'm low key on the opposite of it. Because I think it's so much in our face to the point where he was like, I like didn't want to hear it from him. You know what I'm saying? Because
I feel
he
you.
does it so much to begin with, and I was just like, I hope the whole album just isn't about like a corrupt government. You know what I'm saying?
Not just like no, like I'm saying just like maybe one song just to like
Acknowledge it, acknowledge
yeah,
it.
just acknowledge what's going on and like how his take on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we don't really get to hear what he actually thinks about.
But you remember last time he tried to do that take with that girl from Chicago, No Name, and then like there was some beef about that for some reason. And he made the Snow on the Bluff record. That's probably why he just said nah. Or it could be, dude, that could be on the Fall Off. That's the next. There's two parts to this album. I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow, I didn't. I thought this was his one and done.
Yeah, I think there's another 12, bro. So
Nah,
so
yeah.
that might
I
have
think
what you're looking for there.
the reason I was searching for something like that is because we're just in a time where like no one's really speaking for the people. Like we
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
have
and
a
he always
rapper,
has good stuff to say.
and he's not like a Kendrick where it's like Kendrick spits stupid, dumb, fast sometimes. Where it's like his message can't be perceived as easy as like a J.
To the
Cole.
masses. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like J. Cole could speak to the masses and really articulate in a fly way. Like the same way he did on KOD. Like he talked his shit, but he wasn't acting like the bitter guy.
Yeah. No, I feel
But
you.
I feel
Let's
but I definitely feel your point of view too, because I definitely like that he kept it in the same lane the whole album.
yeah. Cause like yeah, it would have been a little too like there's so much to talk about with everything that happened before he dropped the project. So it kind of be like I think a message you kind of miss out on some of these common themes that he kept ingrained in here. So let's move on to this might be one of my least favorite records Maybe only because everything he makes obviously is so good.
Are you
But
talking about Clothes?
I'm talking about Close.
Okay, we're talking about Clothes.
It's a dope story, and he rhymes everything with the word close, which is dope, right? It's a dope concept and everything. I like the beat too, but I'm really not a crazy fan of this rhyme scheme, to be honest. Like with the word close, it's like a really weird specific thing I have. It's like
I
joke,
know where you coming
toke,
from,
smoke. It
but
just sounds.
the thing is, when you do that type of rhyme scheme, you could actually tell a story.
And he did, and that's why I do like it. That's why I give him props, because even though it's
Yeah.
like a lame rhyme scheme to me, I mean he's crazy. He's going crazy, singing two notes. I know I got a coast, nothing but a dollar and some hope. Like he's doubling it up too. So he really is going crazy. But
Yeah, the one part of the song that's really like people need to listen to it is the part where he's like, but maybe you don't see him because the smoke clouding your vision from every cigar that you toke. Plus
yeah,
the lean you sipping, which started as a joke, got you now fiending for your next dose. While meanwhile I'm so close. Like it's just like he is really speaking to like 25 and up, like 25 and up,
yeah,
30 and up. Like he's seen it. He could have been one of those people that
that
went the
didn't
wrong
get,
route.
yeah, that didn't get close
And he
to that
talks about in the
success.
documentary for this album about when he was like at a party, like a college party with his pupils, and his pupils like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing here?" Like, and he goes, "What the fuck you mean? Like, I'm with y'all." And they're like, "Nah, like you don't need to be here. You need to go figure it out. Like, you're too nice to be doing what we're doing."
Yeah,
And it's like, yo, people need people like that in their
yeah,
lives.
that's some real shit right there.
Yeah, the documentary was dope if you didn't see it. But
I, I,
he
I'll
talks
go
to
check it out.
21 Savage in the documentary as well. Here's some real dope footage from like Muhammad, like this dude Muhammad is famous in his life because that's where he stayed when he was a broke college student.
Oh, I remember
And
him talking about that. Yeah,
there's a famous line in his
a
song with Lil
song.
Wayne. Now I'm saying I'm Muhammad crib. And then he snaps. But there's old footage of Muhammad like going in to J. Cole's room and you just see J. Cole like zoning out and he doesn't see the camera there. And he turns around, he's like, "Oh shit, like scared the fuck out of me."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. That shit is definitely wavy.
No, yeah, definitely check out the documentary. I like everything he does because it just seems so genuine, and that's what makes the music hit that much harder. You know what I'm saying? When you really do live through this and you speak your truths. But
Yo, one thing that's a little off topic, there's this J. Cole No Jumper video on YouTube,
mhm.
and it's so crazy, bro. No Jumper, like Adam 22 is like, someone tells him J. Cole's outside. He's like, "What? J. Cole's outside?" And this is back when he had the bike shop. And
Yeah,
then, they're just chopping it up and the guy's filming. And this fucking kid comes up, interrupts the conversation to like dap up Adam 22, not even realizing that that's J. Cole. And he's like to
yeah.
J. Cole, like, "Yo, this is the gatekeeper. This is the gatekeeper." The kid didn't even know that he's talking to J. Cole right to his face.
I remember that clip. That's funny. That's
Yeah, it's
because
crazy.
he just seems like so. He's like casual. You know what I'm saying? He's not
Yeah,
gonna like step out in some crazy stuff. You don't want to be seen like that.
that's a whole
But
fact. But I know we on the last song.
yeah, Hunger on the Hillside. I love this one. I love this one so much, bro. It's like it's kind of the exact opposite of 95 South. And what I love about the project is it hypes you up and then it brings you down and kind of it's not that it brings you down, but it just like fulfills that hype you had in the beginning. I love
Yeah,
all the words. I need to find this one bar, but what do you think
you
about
can't
the
get this
outro?
game from no TED Talk. That's hard.
And the bar before it, dude, like when he says like, I gotta find it right now. It's just really such a good way. One thing I will say is that I haven't heard Boz too much, even though it sounds like he's on everything.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with him.
I am familiar with it. That's why I was confused of when like I didn't hear him, but I guess he's on the chorus. But
I like this song a lot though. The bars in this shit were hard.
yeah, this what he says right here. He says these words are still staying like I'm slept on. I sin so I can't cast the next stone unless it begets around my neck bone. That part,
Nah, he
bro,
talks
like
his shit. I mean, he's saying, "And I don't do dirt no more. I stopped creeping 6 years ago. Fun fucking them hoes until you realize that you is the hoe." Like
you
when he
is the
said that,
hoe.
yeah, like he snapped. Like
Yeah, this is just crazy.
He's really like this whole album A1. Like he didn't force no records. He didn't try to make hits.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't do nothing like that, and he really spoke his truth. Like,
yeah.
And even in one of the songs, he's like, "I'd rather you tell me you a broke rapper than lying about all this bread you got." Like that's
exactly.
something
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just want to let J. Cole know you killed it, bro. The hip hop community definitely appreciates you, and I think all musicians
we needed that.
did us appreciate. We needed that in this time where it's like everyone's searching for just views and clickbait and clout shit. Like making a dope song with 21 Savage that's like not street shit. Like that's what I love about J. Cole. Even on that record a lot, like it wasn't on some street shit, and you only expect street shit from 21. And Little Baby.
Yeah, he takes people out of their own element and gets them really thinking about their conscious stuff. So, what would you think is your top 3, and then give me a rating for the album?
So, top 3, number 1 is "Pride Is the Devil." That song is it hits your soul, hits your bones, like just the cadence, everything. I would say Amari. That song
number 2
slaps. Yeah, number 2. Like that's my number 2, and I would say My Life, number 3.
Okay, and either you could give it to me like as a rating 1 through 10, or you could say like if this is your favorite J. Cole album, your second favorite, your third. If you want to do that, it's up to you.
So I'm not gonna do like my favorite J. Cole album because I am definitely a J. Cole fan. I just don't have enough knowledge about every single album he ever dropped.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you about this album. I've listened to it front to back like at least 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more at this point.
Yeah, me too.
Because I knew we were gonna review it. I'm gonna do 4.5 stars out of 5.
Okay, that's basically what I would do. I wasn't gonna go out of 5, but I basically do like a 9 out of 10, and I'd say my top 3 songs are gonna be number 1 is Pride, number 2 is I'm gonna have to go with Let Go of My Hand, and then I'll go with 3 being Amari, and then I'd say probably the intro and then Hunger for 4 and 5, but.
I like 100 Mil and I'm Still on the Ground. I really like that hook too. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, this is a 4 out of 5. Like that shit is not easy. And the main takeaway I got from this is like, when it's all said and done, when the dust settles, J. Cole spoke his truth, and he made it dope. Like it's crazy. He snapped. Like, and I'm happy for him. Even though we don't know each other, and that probably don't mean shit to him, but I'm happy that he got to. I'm happy that he got his rocks off and got to really speak his truth.
And this is also a good point. The last point before we start bringing on the Freedom guy, but for our YouTube listeners, it's and I've noticed this once I've been watching Kevin Samuels. I know I like to talk about him a bunch, but it's hard when you're getting older to stay cool and stay on the hip lingo and stay on all the stuff. I've seen Kevin Samuels. He's 52 years old. He's an image consultant, and he's using the word lit, and he's not actually sounding like out-aged. You know what I'm saying? He's using lit like in a proper way. But like, for example, like J. Cole, I'm not saying he just sang lit, but it's hard to, as you get older, you do got to still have your finger on the pulse. Like you've seen it when M doesn't have his finger on there.
Yo, bro, you are so right, bro. And it's so funny because I see that today, like, when I see like a old head wearing like baggy ass clothes with some outdated gear, I'm like, yeah, you're keeping it real, but you're not understanding that change happens all the time through life, and you're showing that you're stuck in the past.
Exactly.
Because your finger ain't on the pulse, and it's true. Like you hear people, if they use the lingo, if they use it right as an old head, you don't question them. Like
exactly,
you
don't even think twice about it.
Right? Nah, you definitely made a valid point. I literally was walking down the streets of the city today, just like I'm like, is this guy keeping it real, or is he just not understanding what the fuck is going on right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great point. Yo, this is definitely a fire conversation.
Yeah, no, this is hella productive. You guys will see a lot more bite-sized podcasts on the YouTube channel. Let us know if you do want to do a a video version. We may have those coming very shortly, so stay tuned and just give us any feedback. I'd appreciate it. If you have any other topics, definitely let us know on the
Yeah, if
UpForGrabs
you
YouTube
any other
channel.
albums you want us to review, anything you want us to review,
Any topics you want us to talk about, me and Links are
yeah,
definitely there. We're going
I'll
to
put our
outro it with
2 cents
the
in there. Make
homeboy.
sure.
Hell yeah. Drop a comment, drop a like. Appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. We're so close to 100. Let's outro it with our homeboy who's going to spit some bars.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Where's he at? My phone just died.
Are you good?
Bitch, my pen and the paper's lethal. I'm sending them straight to meet you. Alright, let me see if I can add you, bro.
What's his name?
Freedom of speech.
Ah, fucks with that.
I followed him. See if I can add him now.
Is he still listening?
Yep.
So tell him, come on.
Come on. We got you. Yeah, we got a couple more minutes, then we're going to hop off. So, yo, if you want to request to get in here, or I'm trying to see if I can add you. It doesn't look like I can.
Well, if he just sends it to us the same way he sent the last one.
Oh, he could send bars like that too, yeah, but.
Or if we could do it live, that's even better.
Nah, yeah, everyone can request to join. So, bro, if you want to request right now, we'll give you 2 minutes, and if not, we'll do it some other time, bro. But yo, Link. So, what are you gonna take this audio and make a video out of it? What's the plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna make the backdrop for the YouTube and just download the audio.
Dope. I definitely see if you have to make the audio louder or not. Make sure you know what I'm saying it's at like a good level because it might be a little low on stereo. It might be. I've never downloaded it, but it might be a little low from there.
Mm-hmm.
And this ain't a big deal. You don't have to. I know you're gonna make like a background regardless, but like like how they have like when someone talks and those like voice lines are moving and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put that in there. I got you.
Yeah, if we could do that, you were thinking
that. No,
that.
we're gonna do that. No, yeah, of course. I'm not gonna just put up a little cheesy background. You know, I get busy on the comp.
Yeah, hell yeah. I figured let's definitely like make sure it's definitely pretty cool to look at least because we don't have any visual.
That's a whole Fendi fact. I don't think this boy knows what he's doing, but
Nah, yeah, we're chilling, bro. Have a good rest of your night. I'll text you and shit, and I'll hit you in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Still, my brother. I'll catch you later.
Slap one.
Bye.